The last thing that any parents anticipate during pregnancy is the possibility of a preterm birth. Premature or preterm births often occur with very little warning. There are many causes, but all of them have the same result. These tiny, fragile babies need specialist care in a highly technical environment in order to survive and grow, to reach the weight and maturity they would have had as full-term babies. A parent's first experience of their baby's life in a neonatal intensive care unit is often frightening. The machines and treatments can be difficult to understand, and the separation of mother and baby is hard to cope with. In the past, parents were excluded from the intensive care. We now know that it is separation that causes harm for all babies, especially preterms. Recent neuroscience shows that the parent's presence is important for the quality of the brain development. A new book, Your Prem, by South African Jill Bergman with her husband Dr. Niels Bergman, opens the door to a clear understanding of what is happening to your Prem.
I wrote the book because so much of this information was in a format that parents couldn't understand.
This clear and friendly guide to the world of preterm babies is the first to support parents to play an active part in the care team for their baby.
Generally, the parents are left to their own devices because the medical staff is focusing on the baby, and that can be very difficult for the parents. The neonatal ICU is designed so that the baby is left in an incubator, and the baby is left alone and becomes very stressed. So the more I found out about it doing developmental care, the more I realized that the parents need to be central to the well-being of the baby. So they need to be in the wards. And whenever I went into the wards, I'd find myself siding with the parents to say they must get this information in everyday language that they can understand.
An important aspect of the book is the way in which Jill Bergman, as a counsellor, helps parents to cope and to play a vital role in supporting their Prem babies in their development to healthy maturity.
I've used my teaching to be teaching parents and explaining things in simple ways that the parents can be part of.
For over 20 years, Jill Bergman has been a research partner to her husband, Dr. Niels Bergman, in his ongoing study of infant neuroscience. Dr. Bergman is a leading world authority on skin-to-skin contact at birth and has been influential in raising a global awareness of the benefits of Kangaroo mother care. Jill Bergman is a committed educator. She has a special interest in developmental care and introduces us to practical ways of doing skin-to-skin contact between mother and child, even with the tiniest of Prems with technology, who are usually confined to the isolation of incubators. When the baby is on mum's chest, he will feel safe emotionally and so will stabilize physically, and his brain will develop optimally. Breast milk and breastfeeding is vital. This information is equally important for all full-term babies. Jill Bergman has written and directed a companion video, which clearly and fully illustrates key aspects of the book and allows the viewer to share the experience and encouragement of mothers who have played a fundamental part in the healthy growth of their babies.
He was born at 10 at 7 o'clock in the evening. Then it hit me, and then I broke down.
Small, tiny, very, very small, and he was lying there with the oxygen pipe, a drip in his hand, and crying the whole time. And then I started to cry because there's nothing you can do.
You had your roller coaster ride through the ICU throughout that whole time.
Parents need to know what's happening. It's their baby. But often the doctors and the nursing staff are focusing on helping the baby to survive. We are realizing more from the neuroscience now that having the parents, the mum, central to the caring team is an improvement in not just survival, but in health and making that baby have a good start to life.
More information about the book and video Your Prem by Jill Bergman can be found on www.kangaroomothercare.com.